Right, so today I have with me a very special guest. His name is Kevin Foster, and I'm just going to get started by asking Kevin, what exactly is it that you do?
Well, I've actually been in the financial arena for 41 years now, and I've spent the last 15 years really helping people understand two things. How do you get out of debt, and how do you create wealth? Those seem to be two things everybody's interested in, and today especially, people have a real strong desire to figure out how to try to get out of debt. You know, groceries are more than they've ever been forever, and everything's more expensive. The other day, I don't know if you know, Shannon, but I've actually started working out, and this has gotten so strong that I can carry $80 worth of groceries out now with two fingers. So, wow. Man, I mean, I must be really getting strong, but that's what you get now, right? When you go to the grocery store.
Yep. It's never too late to start working out, Kevin, even at your age. So when you say get out of debt, are we talking like one of these where, what's it called? Where you do the consolidation and get me out of, it puts a ding on my credit, or are we talking about something different?
Yeah, boy, that's a great question. Most people, when they first hear about getting out of debt, they're looking to see some kind of a debt consolidation program or some kind of a debt settlement program. And as you just alluded to, if you want to destroy your credit, go do business with a debt settlement company and find out what happens. Because how those things work is they go, look, you're going to have to stop paying all your debts, and we're going to negotiate with your creditor once it's gone into default and it's in a collection status, and we'll go to the creditor and say, this person can't pay, it's already in collection, we'll give you 50 cents on a dollar to take a settlement. Well, what you've done is you've destroyed your credit so that now you can't finance a steam off a hot dog. And that's a real problem right there, right? So this is not that. What this does is takes a look at your entire economy, everything you got coming in, everything you got coming out. And our platform looks for two things. How do we eliminate interest on debt, or how do we earn interest on savings? And that's the only two things it's looking at. So if you could eliminate, do away with, abolish, remove permanently 75% of the scheduled interest on your mortgage, car loans, credit cards, student loans, any type of consumer debt. Obviously, if you don't pay interest, you're able to pay off the debt quicker. So the bottom line is, do you want to give that interest to the bank, or do you want to stick that money back in your pocket?
So there's something you said the other day when we were talking about specifically the home loans. And I know most people, when they go in to get a home loan, they're mainly concerned about what's my payment, what's my interest rate. But you said something that I didn't know about the tip. And you were telling me that's the total interest percentage, showing me how much I'm going to pay. So that interest rate that the bank told me of 5 or 8 or whatever percent isn't exactly the whole truth. So can you kind of elaborate on that? Maybe even share your screen if you want and show me that document that you were showing me the other day.
I'll be more than happy to. So just know this, that in my lifetime, I've bought 5 homes. Not one time did I ever know there was something called a tip. It was on my closing documents on my last 2 homes, but for some reason, no one ever showed me that. When I saw what I saw on my own closing docs, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So I'm going to show you what wears on it. So I'm going to go up here and share my screen. All right. So what you're seeing now,
yes, sir,
is an actual snippet of a real truth in lending disclosure for a home that a couple bought in California. And if you'll look right here, they financed $841,177.21. That's what they borrowed from the bank. Okay. However, they're going to repay the top line total of payments, $1,949,640.
Holy crap.
So they're going to basically buy one home for themselves and one for the home for the bank. Yeah. But they have to buy the bank's home first.
Wow.
So when they got into the loan documents, they saw APR. So when everybody goes out and shops for a mortgage, the only 2 things they ever ask, because the banks have programmed us to do this, what is my payment and what is my rate? And so this lender said, this is what your payment is, and your rate is 6.565. Well, when they got the docs, it said all those things, but right down here under APR, it says your cost over the loan expressed as a rate is 6.565. But notice what it says. This is not your interest rate. Well, what the heck? You told me my rate was 5.65. No. Total interest percentage. This is the total amount of interest that you will pay over the loan term as a percentage of your loan amount, 128.025%. So let me ask you a question. Do you know anybody that would want to borrow money at 128%?
I do not.
It's amazing.
I would sure love to loan them the money if they were going to pay me that.
Absolutely. So here's what I always say. When you go out and buy a home, you're going to be quoted a rate, and you're going to be told what the payment is. And I want you to know today that whatever rate they tell you, you need to remember this one thing. Rate does not matter. Again, rate does not matter. What does matter is the total amount of interest that you are going to pay back to the bank to borrow the money to buy the home. And if you follow that guideline right there, that will save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest that you would ordinarily give to the bank, that you can now stick that back in your pocket.
So, and Kevin, if I'm not mistaken, using the software that we use with MoneyMax, it can essentially lower the interest or teach you how to pay principal payments to eliminate up to about 70% of the interest. Is that right?
That's correct. So what happens is when you get, we provide what's called a free debt analysis, or we take all of your current debts, all your current income. We tell you the exact day, month, and year that you're going to be totally debt free, guaranteed. Now, when you take a look at the worksheet, what you're going to find out is we actually tell you what the net effective interest rate is going to be on your loan. For most people, it's under 2%. In fact, the majority of the people is under 1%. So think about if you had all your debts today and the bank called you and said, hey, I'd like to be able to offer you a refi. You bring all your debts down to us today, and we're going to do a complete refi, and your interest rate is going to be less than 1%. It's probably going to be about 0.96%. Okay. Now, here's the thing. We're going to have to charge you $4,000 to do the refi, but we're just going to put that $4,000 and include that in the loan. So you're not going to really feel it. My question to you is, if you could get a rate of less than 1% on all your debt and be able to pay it off in 5 to 7 years, how long would it take you to get to the bank?
I mean, as quick as I could. I'd be there in 10 minutes.
You'll be peeling out down the driveway, heading there before the bank changes their mind, right?
Yeah.
So that's really what we're talking about is it's education about money so that you can learn how to eliminate interest on debt and take that money that you're going to pay in interest and put that towards a retirement program for yourself, which is another whole story. This is where you come in. You're the expert there, knowing how to develop a tax advantaged retirement plan funded by money that you were going to give to the bank that you now get to keep and put that to work for yourself. That's an amazing, amazing concept.
And by the way, results are guaranteed and in writing, which is what really drew me into this. When I first met Kevin, he was telling me he could help me pay off my house and all my debts in under 5 years, whereas it was going to take me roughly 30 years if I don't buy anything else. We know that's not happening. So, I'll just share, my personal experience. This software took me from 30 years debt-free to 2 years debt-free, and it had me paying instead of $384,000 of interest to the bank down to around $28,000 of total interest. And again, that is guaranteed and in writing. So Kevin and I will be hosting a webinar. We're going to review this live with people watching, able to ask questions and talk to us. It's going to be soon. We don't have a date nailed down yet. What I'd like to do is have people click the link in my profile, go to my website. There's even a video down there. It says Get Debt Free. Watch that video. That's what we're talking about. And then if you will, where it says step 1, just fill out that client form. In the little drop down, you can put debt free. That email will go straight to Kevin. We're going to put you on a mailing list just for, we're not going to reach out and bug you about, your car insurance that's expiring, nothing like that. But we're going to put you on a mailing list so that when we get the date nailed down for this webinar, we can let you know about it and you can join it and hopefully learn a little something and hopefully get you out of debt sooner. Is there anything you want to add, Kevin?
No, I just say this, so this is not going to be a webinar where we're trying to pitch you on some kind of business opportunity or trying to sell you something that you don't need. This is about giving you some financial education that they should have given us in high school, certainly by the time you got to college. And yet most people haven't learned anything at all in their life about how money works. So this is going to be your opportunity for us to pull back the curtain and help you understand what the wealthy people know about money that you need to know as well.
Awesome. That sounds great. Well, I am excited. Kevin, thanks for being on today. And we will look forward to talking with you guys again soon.
Thanks, Shannon. Have a great day.